Please welcome the Master of Mayhem, Craig Charles.
Tonight, on Robot Wars Extreme, the big guns take over in our All-Stars quarter-final! The All-Stars tournament features 16 of Robot Wars' most destructive robots, and now only the meanest remain. But are you guys ready for it? Well, they're ready. They're ready to riot. And Jonathan, what a tournament it's been, mate.
Craig, remember when Chaos 2 threw Exterminator, Behemoth, blazed Hypnodisc? The judges went crazy for the wild thing. Willy Big Cheese grated Detour, the Pussycat clawed away past Stinger, Tornado blew hot against the three Stegs, Firestorm doused Panic Attack, and Razer's victory against Gemini was twice as nice. Phew, I've only got two to talk about here, that's good. The flippers of Willy Big Cheese against Chaos 2, first up in the All-Stars Tournament quarterfinals.
Well, Jonathan, I'm in the pit. It's Chaos 2 up against Willy Big Cheese. Chaos 2, have you fought them before?
We've not fought this incarnation of the robot. We fought the original Big Cheese.
Little Flipper against Big Flipper. How do you rate your chances?
It's a very good robot, so it'll be a tough fight, but we'll do our best.
Get in that arena. And the opponents, the Willy Big Cheese team. Roger, what a draw to be drawn up against the #1 seed, the reigning champions. Do you think that's a bit unlucky?
No, we'll thrash him.
And you have fought him before, but not with this robot.
Yeah, with the Big Cheese, previous one to this. We nearly got him then, but we made a mistake and he escaped.
So basically, it's Little Flipper against Big Flipper, and usually, the bigger the better.
Well, they're all stars, they're all talk, but will they be all conquering? Hey, let the wars begin!
From Bramford, Ipswich, Chaos 2.
The CO2 flipper is one of the most powerful we've ever seen. It's now improved at 20 miles an hour. Chaos is quicker than the cheese. It's 16 kilos lighter, and they could be in trouble if their opponents get in and underneath them. In their first heat in the Extreme All-Stars, look at the power of the flipper against Exterminator once and twice. On the attack, full frontal. The slam. Exterminator had no answer.
From Landport, Wheelie Big Cheese.
This is the biggest titanium flipper in Robot Wars. Can throw a car. They say the wheels are spiked. They were beaten in the first round heat in the third Wars by Chaos 2, and they want revenge. This is how they beat Detour in their first round heat of the Extreme All-Stars. The flipper is so powerful, it actually turns Wheelie Big Cheese over.
Roboteers, stand by.
Chaos 2, the reigning British robot champion, with George Francis, Ian Swan and his son Richard, the teammates. And Wheelie Big Cheese, another superb competitor. It's Roger Plant's creation. Big Murray Wharf with him there. Just to make things spicier, we've thrown in two house robots, Dead Metal with the pincer and the saw, and alongside him, Shunt with the diamond-edged axe, the scoop, and the great pushing power. This should be a thriller. Immediately Chaos 2, bumping underneath Wheelie Big Cheese. Goes for another run, Chaos 2, to try and get in under Wheelie Big Cheese. Simply bounces away. The ground clearance of Chaos 2, 0.01 of a centimetre, very low, but Wheelie Big Cheese needs to get on the attack, try and get in underneath, and at the moment, it's Chaos 2 and George Francis, the reigning British champions, won the last two series of Robot Wars, in the main event, doing all the attacking work here. Again, just tossing Wheelie Big Cheese up in the air. I think that's easy to do. The cheese weighs 99 kilograms, just think about that. It's 1 metre 32 long. It's nearly a metre wide. It's huge. And in come the house robots now. Shunt and Dead Metal pushing away. The hydraulically powered lifting flipper again opens and closes. Wheelie Big Cheese like a great bird's beak. Chaos 2 underneath that beak. For me, George Francis is on top in this battle. The Cheese backing away. See the studs, the spikes on the wheels there to give extra traction, but you can't get traction if you're being thrown through the air rod, you plant. Now they can nudge back on Chaos 2. Close encounters of the robot kind. This is tight, isn't it? But I think so far Chaos 2 are on top. A place in the All-Stars semi-finals at stake, and we're into the last 10 seconds, so it could well go to a judge's decision. They'll decide on style, control, damage and aggression any second now. It'll go to the judges. Competitive, but I thought they were both a little nervy.
Very inconclusive fight. We're going after the judges on that one. Well, they're making up their minds. Let's have a look at the highlights of that battle.
Well, Chaos 2 are certainly the early aggressors, but they didn't cause great damage. Wheelie Big Cheese, very solid, bouncing down, backing on to Chaos 2. Not great style and control there then, nor from Chaos. Opened itself up for an attack. Chaos 2 the more aggressive. That might just swing it. Might.
And the judges have made their decision. It's unanimous. They've gone for the two-time British champions, Chaos 2! Well, I thought you were trying to get him out of the arena, but he just seemed too heavy.
Yeah, the gas belt was getting a bit cold as well.
Was it?
So losing a little bit of power, but came back towards the end.
Well, they must hate you. You fought them before and beat them, beat them before, haven't you?
I've beaten them now. Yeah.
So is it all going to plan so far?
So far, so good. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All that power has got you through to the All-Stars semi-final. Raise the roof for Chaos 2!
Chaos 2 through to the All-Star semi-final. Next up, Firestorm and Wild Thing. The wedges this time.
You know, the All-Stars tournament was open to only the most aggressive robots. And tonight, we're getting down to those few with the grit, skill, and naked power to make it through. Hey, do you want to see some more? No, do you want to see some more? Well, what are we waiting for? Come on!
Firestorm appear to be doing absolutely nothing. Are you that confident, team?
Oh yeah, it'll be no problem.
Now, the robots appear to be quite similar. You've got a flipper, but they've got a weapon. Do you think that might hold you back?
Not at all. Although they look quite similar, Firestorm is miles ahead.
Miles ahead, you say? Have you got a message for the opposition?
Certainly have. We're Firestorm, and you're going to burn.
This is Isabel from the Wild Thing team. How confident are you about this? Because the robots are pretty similar.
We're quite confident, but because of the self-righting arm, that makes their flipper pointless. And
exactly.
Also, we have the custom blade, so if we go at them with that, then we've got a big plus point on the weapon front.
Exactly. The question is, can Wild Thing do their thing?
From Durham, Firestorm 3.
They beat Panic Attack to reach this Extreme All-Stars quarterfinal with the effective flipping arm, has primary and secondary motors, is just the faster at 12 miles an hour, but will the Storm blow itself out here? Key here in the first round heat was getting in underneath Panic Attack despite the new protective skirts. Then the Welsh robot couldn't self-right when pressed against the arena side wall. Wild Thing, though, says they will be able to self-right. We'll wait and see.
From Ash in Hampshire, Wild Thing.
We haven't seen the best from the new giant cutting disc, certainly not 6,000 RPM, which they boast. Electric twin motors make this a fast wedge with its own Shrimek. This is how it got past Dominator 2 in the first round heat of the All-Stars competition. This was very, very competitive. That's the great spinning disc, and it caused real damage to Dominator's tyres. It went to a judge's decision that Wild Thing was on top and justifiably went through to this stage. Firestorm team, Graham Bone at the controls, Alex Mordew and Hazel Heslop there as well. And Wild Thing, the Adams family. Leader, Nick Adams, daughter Isabel, son Jake. Dead Metal is one of our house robots here. Synergy of weapons, the strength. Alongside, once again, Shunt can push just about anything. Two classic wedge-shaped robots here. Firestorm's fur, by the way, is a lucky talisman supplied by the Diotor team from Ireland. Very popular in the pits at the moment. It's a fur brain scheme because the fur is being peeled off by Dead Metal. It's on the chase now, but Wild Thing gets in from behind. I wonder if that fur will get tangled up in Wild Thing's circular weaponry. 12 kilos of weight behind that weapon. Two cutting blades spinning at 6,000 RPM top speed. The side spikes as well. Underneath though, Wild Thing goes Firestorm with the little flipper. But there you see the Wild Thing Shrimek, the Shrimek arm. So therefore negating Firestorm's flipper. This is a much improved Wild Thing in this series of Extreme, I must say. Making a much better fist of it. Semi-finalists in Series 3 and Series 4. Bags of experience then. Both these teams, actually. Wild Thing, a more aggressive side-on attack. And that's good defensive work by Firestorm. They're preventing Wild Thing getting in behind, and Wild Thing into the side arena. And that means Dead Metal can come in there. Dead Metal's own great sword. There's Shunt. And Wild Thing is a risk here from Dead Metal on the left, Shunt on the right-hand side. Getting away from the pincers, but only just, as there'd been damage to the weapon. Let's see if the weapon's working. A light flickers on there. Wild Thing's always had lurid paintwork. There's one eye working anyway, twinkling red. But I can't see the saw going round the circular blade. I don't think that's working at the moment. And Firestorm sensed that. I wonder if it's changed things. It has! Wild Thing suddenly on the defensive. This whole battle has been turned on its head. Firestorm with a great chance now. Wild Thing trying to self-right. And the self-righting arm has actually pinned it immobile on the arena floor. And they are going to be counted out, Wild Thing. The big release button has been activated. And Wild Thing, totally in command, have been beaten. Well, that is a major turnabout. I couldn't see that happening, not halfway through that battle. Oh, Wild Thing, you used to make the heart sing, but no more. Into the pit. And Firestorm coming in on the attack. What on earth was that about? They're already through to the semi-finals. They don't need to risk themselves. And I don't think the house robots are going to like that. No, Shunt, look. Trying to axe the CO2 canister. Firestorm crazy. What on earth are they doing? And they're still involved, look. After the cease, they want to rumble. This was madness, but great fun. Great courage, if a little bit crazy.
What a great fight! What an absolutely brilliant fight! Firestorm go through! Guys. I thought you were quite lucky in a way, because Wild Thing was doing really well and it seemed to land really awkwardly, didn't it?
Yeah.
Because his self-righting mechanism was working and then all of a sudden it landed that quite awkwardly. It just couldn't get up.
The one place it couldn't right itself from, yeah.
And then, what do you go and do? you start taking on the house.
Well, we saw an opportunity. We tried to get dead metal in the pit, but we went for shunt instead.
Hey, you're through?
Still through.
You're through? Let's hear it! Give it up! Raise the roof! It's Firestorm!
Firestorm team. That was flipping marvellous. You pleased with yourselves?
Very pleased, yes.
They were so confident as well because they thought they were the only ones with the weapon.
Yeah.
But you beat them.
We certainly did.
Did you take much damage? You're hard at work.
No, we're just changing the batteries. We've got a couple of scratches on the side, but nothing more than that.
Firestorm, still hot.
2 robots through, 2 robots scrap. We've got 4 more waiting to prove their mettle or get melted down. So while they wait, trembling in fear and anticipation, who wants a mayhem? Who wants the best, most brutal mayhem in the whole wide world ever? Well, this, folks, is your lucky day.
Steel Avenger, Tornado and King Bee, 3 of the most competitive robots around, do battle. One of them goes through to our Annihilator later on in the series. Only one, though.
Well, the crowd wants mayhem, and that is exactly what they're going to get. Steel Avenger, I love your outfit.
Thank you very much.
Did you make that yourself?
No, my husband did.
Okay. Fantastic. Now, you haven't fought either of your opponents, have you?
No, we haven't.
It's King Bee, well, just King Bee, isn't it? Not King Bee 3.
King Bee,
and Tornado.
Tornado.
Who are you most scared of?
They're pretty evenly matched, I reckon. Very different to us. It's going to be a tough fight, but there's only one robot comes out of this arena under its own power. And I want to be that robot.
Don't they all? Tornado. Do we think you're the favourites for this?
Well, I do.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're going to win this.
Who are you going to be having a pop at first?
Oh, whichever gets in our way first.
Yeah?
We'll take anyone on.
OK, he sounds confident. Hello, Simon.
Hello there.
What do you reckon?
I've lost count of the amount of times someone said to me, you know, you copied Tornado, but we didn't. We were here first. They're the young upstarts, so we're going to punch them down.
Hang on. Who did 36 volts first, eh? I think you'll find it was us.
Yeah, but you're just a mild breeze, you are, Tornado.
Yeah, but you're not a king, you're a jester.
OK, team, sort it out in the war zone. Only one of these teams will win, and they will go through to the Annihilator later on in the series.
From Hammett, King Bee Powerworks.
They've tried to emulate the best with the weaponry, a pussycat-type front cutting disc, lifting spikes at the rear, but it's the lightest in this, and the king may be overthrown.
Hi, I'm Simon. This is Grant. We're the King Buxton team. The name Powerworks comes from the fact that we're using the highest voltage that the rules will allow in our power system for the drive. We're also running the same system for the saw at the back. It actually run 8,000 RPM. We've had some reliability problems in the past, but when we're on a run, I think we're going to be doing quite well.
From Holton St Mary, Steel Avenger.
A trusty steed ready to peel away all opponents, and Purdy with delight as a gleaming Avenger. Steel and polycarbonate armour, the axe front blade spikes and rear flipper, well engineered.
I'm John Willoughby, this is Jackie, and this is Tony. This is our robot, the Steel Avenger, and we are Team Steel Avenger. We've come along here to do some serious damage for the robots and kick some serious road butt.
From Huntingdon, Tornado.
Awarded the Best Newcomer prize on reaching the semi-finals of Robot Wars 4. Some say it's just a welded steel box on wheels, but the vertically mounted spinning disc and the ability to run both ways up means that Tornado can wind up anyone.
Hi, my name's Andrew Marchant, this is Brian Moss, this is David Gamble. We are Team Tornado. Remember how we pushed all the other robots around last year? Well, we're going to do the same this year, because we have this. Everybody, beware.
Roboteers, stand by.
There's King Bee, won the tag team contest with 101 in Series 4. Tornado, and the teams together in the control pod. Simon Harrison with King Bee, and there's Andrew Marchant of Tornado in the middle there, the taller. And the Steel Avenger with John Willoughby, wife Jackie, and her cousin Tony Bates, the team. Our house robots, Matilda, with the tusks, the 27-kilo flywheel, a lack of self-control, totally. And Shunt, can't self-right, we don't mind, because it'll get that axe in first. 3 robots, only 1 winner to go through to our Annihilator. Steel Avenger cuts between the 2 of them, chased by Tornado, which just grinds opponents down, pushes them across the arena floor. King B not really in the action so far, a smash and a crash as the Steel Avenger comes head-to-head with Tornado. Tornado getting in underneath the Steel Avenger, trying to get that 15-kilo spinning disc, slicing through the armour plating of the Steel Avenger. The steel and polycarbonate armour with that telltale feather duster on the back, the good luck symbol. There's Tornado on the top of the picture. That was a great run to attack the Steel Avenger by Tornado. King B is out of the fray at the moment, not really getting involved. Trying to catch the others. It's almost like a game of tag. Come on, try and catch us if you can. And eventually King B got into the fray there. Caught up. So is that a lack of control that he can't get into the fight here? Simon Harrison at the controls of King B. Now does with the front lifting spikes. There is Simon, but didn't seem to be able to get those lifting spikes in underneath Tornado. What's happened to Tornado? Tornado has stopped in the middle of the arena. King B now can get in on the attack. Has Tornado here been immobilised? Are the wheels turning? Yes, they are on one side, but not the left-hand wheels. They have stopped on Tornado. They're in trouble. Meanwhile, the Steel Avenger attacking now. King B and there's Tornado. They're out of it, I'm sure. The ref will have to come in here. They're, I think, completely immobilised now. 4-wheel drive can run both ways up, but the motors have to run the 750-watt motors, and they're not. So we're left with 2, I would think, the Steel Avenger and King B. Certainly the ref bot has come in now to count Tornado out. They're going, and this is a great contest now. And King B timed it just right and paced it just right. Tornado, they're out. Counted out there by the ref bot. And away they go on the flipper floor. Tossed up in the air. Look at this. Way! Throwing Tornado's 97 kilos. It bounced across the arena floor. They're out of it. Andrew Marchner said bye-bye to the Mayhem. Steel Avenger has hit the pit release button there. You can see the tyre lit up, which means the pit of oblivion is descending. Tornado will go down there anyway. But how about that? Oh! And King B has lost a wheel. One wheel completely snapped off or broken off. Steel Avenger, let's see if it was the Steel Avenger that did the damage here. There it was. The side-on assault by the Steel Avenger coming in on King B. And there goes the wheel. That hit that with a full power of 100 kilos at 15 miles an hour. And there are 3 wheels on that particular wagon now. King B can't get the saw to work. There go Tornado down the pit. Matilda gave them a helpful little shove and a push from behind. You really don't want Matilda anywhere behind you. Let me tell you, I've been in the pits with her. It isn't too pleasant. The clock ticking down, and certainly for me, the Steel Avenger has won this one. Oh, but look at that right at the end! Well, surely Matilda should not have been able to do that anyway. I don't think the Steel Avenger goes into the CPZ here. I don't think Matilda could go on the attack. Let's have a look. Red warning line, but not into the CPZ. Matilda, you should not have thrown the Avenger. That's out of order. Judges, I call on you to act!
Oh, Matilda! Not a good robot. Bang out of order. The judges are going to judge on that competition. Up until the moment, Matilda intervened. Look at its style, control, damage, and aggression. While they're doing that, hey, let's look at the highlights.
Well, it was a good start by Tornado on the attack on the Steel Avenger, rocking early on. Then the Avenger comes back with the axe. Tornado, of course, soon to be immobilised, despite that crushing blow on the side of Steel Avenger, which therefore did take damage in this Mayhem. Causing damage to King B, of course, and off came the wheel. That could be the decisive moment of the entire fight. Not there. That was not right. Shouldn't have happened.
Well, there's a bit of tension up here. The judges have made their decision. You know what they're looking at: style, control, damage, and aggression. Now this is, I've been informed, a really close call. But they've gone for Steel Avenger! I tell you what, this was billed as the best Mayhem battle we could possibly have, and it certainly didn't disappoint. I think you lost it just on damage. I mean, but what a robot. 3 wheels, goes as strong as ever.
I know, don't want to stop. But the most important thing is Tornado, who was out. That's all I care about.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, gallant losers, let's hear it for King B. What did you think when Matilda hit you then?
Felt like another flying lesson.
Oh, you need a parachute when she hit you with that flywheel.
I didn't realise we were so close, otherwise I'd have kept away.
Yeah. You got through though. That axe is powerful. It comes, slams down hard. Sometimes it gets stuck in the arena floor, and you can see it's trying to pull it back out again. You're in the Annihilator.
Yeah,
6 robots going head to head. Last man standing wins.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Well, I'll go in there and do the same as we've done now, I hope. Just to go for everything until nothing's moving.
That's why it's called Mayhem. Know that? Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it. Steel Avenger! Just 2 more places up for grabs in our All-Stars semi-finals. And the robots can't wait to get bashing. They're raring, they're daring, they're totally past caring. So, JP, who's up next?
Craig, we have the reigning world champions Razer against the self-styled indestructible Behemoth. What an All-Stars quarter-final. This will be Jules in the pitch.
Well, Jonathan, I'm in the pits with Razer. They're up against Behemoth, who took out Hypnodisc to be here. That was a phenomenal battle. Do you think Behemoth might be able to give you some boot like they did Hypnodisc?
Well, it's pretty impressive that they took the old Hypnodisc game, but I think they just got a bit lucky, really. Those boys, they tend to wuss out, you know. They tend to dive out of it, like with the Annihilator and stuff.
There's a lot of chat in the pits about how Behemoth tend to wuss out. We shall see, though. What do you think you're going to be able to do to them with Razer?
Rip the bucket off.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Easy peasy?
Yeah, go through that. The doggle.
Have you got a final message for them?
Yeah, definitely. Come on, Behemoth. Come and have a go if you think you're hard enough.
Yeah. You might think Behemoth would be pretty confident about this battle, having beaten Hypnodisc to get here. But what did you tell me earlier about Hypnodisc before you fought them?
Oh, we said that Razer was the most destructive, not Hypnodisc.
And here you are up against them.
Yes, we are.
How do you feel about it?
Nervous.
Well, I don't know how nervous they have to be, because come and look at this. This was the only damage that they took from fighting Hypnodisc, which is not an awful lot, is it?
Not an awful lot compared to some other robots.
So can you do it?
Well, we're going to be confident in this battle. I said it once and I'll say it again. We're indestructible.
From Bournemouth in Dorset, Razer.
This series, they have a larger front scoop and the crushing beak powered by a 5-piston radial hydraulic pump. 2 trolley shock caddy motors can drive up to 11 miles an hour. They had a couple of problems to deal with in the first round of the All-Stars in the shape of the Clusterbot Gemini. First Gemini machine completely immobilised by the crushing beak, and the second one spiked, crumpled, retired, very probably. Razer through. Look at that.
From Hemel Hempstead, Behemoth.
15 kilos heavier than in the last war, so more weight behind the scoop. The shell is titanium, the motor power 24 volts. This can lift up to 300 kilos. Behemoth landed a stunning victory against Hypnodisc. The disc flew too near the flames. The moths survived. Hypnodisc clawed by Sergeant Bash. And the roses failed to bloom on this occasion. And it was Anthony Pritchard and his brother in Kane Aston who went through with Behemoth. No damage sustained really to the scoop either by Hypnodisc's devilish blade. Hypnodisc torched.
Roboteers, stand by.
There's Behemoth then. Anthony Pritchard at the controls, brother Michael and Kane Aston just out of your picture to the right, and Razer, Ian Lewis on the left-hand side, Simon Scott, and then Vinnie Blood on the right. And in the arena with them, our Knight of the Realm, Sir Killalot at 280 kilos. And alongside, battling hard as well for our cause, Shunt with the axe and the scoop, driven by the electric motor.
3, 2.
Terrific fight this. Razer on the attack. And with that new sort of improved front scoop, very difficult for anything to get in underneath Razer. And it can also acts as the second part of a pincer, with the beak crushing down, and Behemoth Scoop has got into that crushing zone, and the Scoop is being buckled and bent now by Razer. And is Behemoth indestructible? Look at that! The Scoop is simply being buckled by Razer, but Behemoth driving Razer back here. Great power by Behemoth, pushing at a top speed of 7 miles an hour. Were they being dragged by Razer there, or were they pushing? Razer comes on a side attack. Maybe trying to get to one of those self-righting Behemoth arms, just to simply break it off. I think Behemoth and Anthony Pritchard at the controls know they have a real fight on here. Oh! The Scoop though into play, and Razer turned over. Turn turtle. Can Razer use the beak and also the side wings to self-right? You see the wings coming out there? They've got little spikes on them to try and help them self-right, but not if Behemoth is driving them across the arena floor. Now, if Behemoth can keep Razer in there, can press down with the Scoop, not lift with the Scoop, it can lift, as we said to you beforehand, 300 kilos. What's the pressing power of it? Not much. Because of the damage sustained there to Behemoth, they couldn't press Razer down. Is Razer okay? Is there power in Razer? They're trying to self-right. They need to get away and come on the attack again. Very, very good skills there from the Razer team, from Ian Lewis at the controls, to get away and live to fight another day. Here they come, on the side charge, on Behemoth, and again down comes the crushing arm of Razer, this time simply slicing through the chassis of Behemoth, causing as much damage as they possibly can there to the very chassis of Behemoth, which is in real trouble here now. There's the ref bot, there's the clock, counting down. It'll go to the judges. This has been a magnificent fight. Both robots have sustained damage. Both have been aggressive. Both have had great control, and Behemoth right at the end has flipped Razer. It goes to the judges, but Behemoth on the attack right at the end. Goodness me, what a battle that was in the All-Stars. Let's look at this again. Whoa, you can feel the pain in the Behemoth team as they see their great Scoop bucket being buckled there by the Razer beak. But even then, Behemoth came back on the attack at the end. This is really tight, really very, very tight.
And the judges have made their decision. It's unanimous. It's quite controversial. They've gone for Razer! Are you looking, boys, or what? So what were the judges on about then?
Damage,
That's
damage,
what I mean.
aggression.
That's why I'm saying controversial. Just let me speak to these guys because they must be gutted. I thought you had it.
Well, so did we. As you can see there, we did have them on their back.
I reckon, though, you know what the rules are. They've gone for damage and aggression.
Yeah, well, we haven't got that extra weapon what they've got, but we did give them a good drive round.
You did. That claw of theirs is powerful, though, isn't it? It kind of cuts through you like butter.
Yeah, but they've learned the hydraulics or something.
What are you saying?
When the claw's not working, it's not working.
Well, you know what the judges are like.
I know.
They've made a decision. The decision is final. You've lost out to them before.
Yeah.
So let's not get upset. Let's all hear it. Give it up. Raise the roof. It's Razer!
So Razer through to the All-Stars semi-final. We've still got time for one more battle. Pussycat against Tornado. We've seen them earlier on in this programme. They're back again for this one. Now listen, Pussycat has the ability to get through to a Grand Wars final. That needs respect. So does its disc. But I think Tornado, with its own 2000 RPM disc, will cut this into a cat and nine tails.
Possibly my favourite robots here on Robot Wars. I shouldn't say that, should I? But we do have the best driver. Dave, how are you feeling about this draw? Drawn up against Tornado?
It's not going to be no tornado, it's going to be a breeze.
It's going to be a breeze. It is probably going to be a breeze, isn't it? You did come second in the last wars.
Yeah, just beating number 3 seed.
Exactly. Pizza cake?
It's a tough robot.
What's your strategy going to be?
Just smash it around the arena and hope something breaks, really.
How fast does your blade travel at?
3,500 RPM.
Let's go talk to Tornado. So Tornado, 3,500 RPM on their blade. What have you got?
We've got 2.5, but ours is a lot heavier.
That's talking.
monster, Pussycat.
Currently rated one of the best two robots in the UK. They're veterans of Robot Wars. The rotary blade powered by a 24 brake horsepower motor can cause real problems. That's what Stinger found out in the first round of the All-Stars. The cutting blade through the tyres, ripping out the protective foam guarding the electrics. And Pussycat went through. Stinger well and truly stung.
From Huntingdon, Tornado.
Very strong, runs on 4 wheels. The 15-kilo spinning disc is dangerous. But was there damage to the two 750-watt motors in the Mayhem earlier, I wonder? In the first round, they used their whole 97 kilos of weight to push 3 stakes to heaven around the arena floor, nudge it into the CPZ, and in came the house robots to finish Stegs and send Tornado through.
Roboteers, stand by.
Tornado, a team of engineers. Andrew Marchant in the middle there, David Gamble to the left, Brian Moss to the right with the long hair, and Pussycat with the blade. Alan Gribble designed it. He's on the right. Robert Bettington next to him, and David Gribble at the controls. Our house robots. Shunt with the prototype electric motor, and alongside the powerful pushing Shunt, Circular Lot can crush and spear at will.
3, 2, 1.
This for a place in the semi-finals of the All-Stars contest. Tornado immediately whipping up a storm, pushing Pussycat into the flame. Out comes Pussycat with the patented Pussy blade. Slammed by Tornado once again. There the blades spinning dangerously. Cutting. Slicing. Oh, tyres come off! Where's that come off? It's come off Pussycat! Ripped away! Look at this. Pussycat onto the angle grinder on the side of the arena. And it was the angle grinder that simply ripped away one of the Pussycat paws. The wheel has gone. Has the plan gone with it? Tornado drives the Pussycat on again. Can run either way up, Pussycat. Don't worry about that if it's turned and toppled, but there is the major damage that they can't get any traction to get out. There comes Shunt with a diamond-edged blade, and Pussycat holding on now for their very lives. Shunt almost pulled over. Tornado with a nudge and a push. Pussycat flicked over. Okay. In goes Tornado again. Pussycat has to dodge, get away. Won't be enough though. It'll have to come back on the attack sooner or later to get points. Does so. Turns. Gets the blade onto the top of Tornado. I don't think there was any damage whatsoever to the welded steel frame though of Tornado there. Tornado, a side push. Trying to perhaps get Pussycat onto the angle grinders again. Look on the arena side walls. This is a relentless robot, Tornado. Doesn't know when to stop. And again, Pussycat pushed onto the angle grinder. Luckily, got away, but you can see their damage to the chassis of the Pussycat. It's on the underbelly now. You can see it's bent there. Do you see? Sliced and bent. Real trouble caused by Tornado's push, and the Pussycat's going nowhere. Without that one wheel, they can't right themselves. They do now. They've got into the CPZ. Need to get away from Kilolot's lance and the crushing jaw. For me, this is a real surprise. Pussycat lacking control, of course, now. Damage has been sustained. If it goes to the judges, there could only be one winner. And it wouldn't be those Pussycat boys. Shunt causing damage to the cat. The 9 lives have run out. The cat's claws ripped away. Tornado, the cat's whiskers out there, I can tell you. Onto the jet of flame from the arena floor. Pussycat is being torched. It's the end of the cat. The cat of 9 tails will tell no more tales here in the arena. One of the other tyres has been ripped apart there. Off the wheel, and Kilolot's on fire! Kilolot is on fire! The ref bot's in there! I don't think we've ever seen that. The red bot using the fire extinguisher. Oh, Killalot, what's happened to you, mate? Are we sympathetic? Well, I am, because he lives near me, and you don't want to rough Killalot up, I can tell you. Oh, dear. Ashes to ashes, Killalot. Look at the eyes. He'll want revenge later. How good does that feel? Put yourself out. Well, I can beat one winner in the contest, but they caused damage to Killalot in the end.
What an amazing battle! Sir Killalot is toast. I've never seen that happen to him before. Pussycat's toast as well. The winners are Tornado. Come on, lads. Let me just first speak to these guys. What is wrong with yous? You just keep taking on the house robots all the time.
Well, the reason was because they knocked off our wheel. We thought, we don't want to touch those. Yeah. So we always wanted to have a go at Killalot. You got it.
You did him though, didn't you? I don't know if he's repairable.
Oh, well, never mind, eh?
It was a serious fire inside of him, wasn't it? He was fine.
Oh, yeah. That'll teach him to pick on little ones, won't it?
Aye. Well, he certainly got a comeuppance there, but you never went through. And yours a pretty invincible robot. We thought you were going to go all the way.
Strong robot. Well, fair play.
And they were dead lucky.
And powerful robot, yours.
Yeah. We've got as much power in the weapon motor as we've got in our drive motors, and you know how easily we push people around.
Yeah.
So that's how powerful the weapon is.
How did you feel about going up against Pussycat, though? Because they are a tough robot, and that saw's quite lethal.
We saw what they did to Stinger, and we were a little scared. Yeah. But we knew that we've got a lot of power in our weapon, and we did some damage to Stinger earlier, and...
Nothing to fear now, though. You're through to the All-Star semi-final. Raise the roof for Tornado! Smell the flames, the gas, the oil, the steam. It smells like Robot Wars Extreme. Bye-bye. Next time on Robot Wars Extreme, the most powerful flippers fight to the finish. It's our Flipper Frenzy!